Hey, Aqua Boy rocks. It's Thunderegg Thursday, and this is kind of a cool Thunderegg Thursday for me because this is where I transition from just being in the shop showing you stuff I got off of eBay or what have you to being out in the field doing some digging. So right now we're going to head out to Succor Creek, Eastern Oregon, and collect some Thundereggs in the rain. So let's get out there. Okay, well, I had always been told and read that this was not the space to be in the rain, but it's going to be a full day of rain, has been a full day of rain, and it quit raining, so I thought I'd try coming out. It started back up again. So I'm on my way out to Succor Creek to look for Thundereggs. There's a couple of spots that are kind of near this graded road. If I can get a break in the rain, I can spend some time looking for them. I'll come back tomorrow and it's supposed to be nice and sunny. Okay, this is one of the prettiest places in Oregon. Not that it hadn't been pretty so far, but it really gets pretty through here. Even with the rain, maybe because of the rain. Get a little windshield wiper back here. Got some fresh rocks came down today. Alright, I'm here at one of the spots. The rain slowed down a little bit, so I'm going to head up the hill to a spot I've collected at before. I may cut in a little footage of some of that too from a different day. So you might see a little sunny day mixed in with the rainy day. I'm going to go up there. There's one spot I was able to actually work some little eggs out the last time. These aren't great eggs, but it'll give you an idea what's here. We're at what I call the Campground Bed. There's a lot of weathered out eggs up at the top of this slope, so let's see what we can find. This is a pretty typical junk egg for the area. Some of these broken eggs hold a little more promise, like this one. Like this agate or stained opal. I'm not sure which it is. I think I can face cut this and it'll look very nice. I could and sometimes do spend hours going through this rhyolite and Thunderegg mess here that's all over the ground. Find all kinds of different interesting things and some reasonably decent complete eggs. You could spend your time hammering away at this wall, but it's pretty fruitless, so you're much better off spending your time in the tailings and take a minute to enjoy the view every now and then. Here's a little quick look at what I've got after about 20 minutes. I'm doing much better than usual, finding things that are kind of interesting to me. Some of them are broken, some of them are whole, a lot more whole eggs than usual, but doing pretty good today in the rain. If you look around, you'll see how great the view is, why people love it here, and you also see why maybe this isn't the best place for little kids. Lots of loose rocks, steep slope. The grass and some of the plants here have more sticky, pokey, uncomfortable seeds than anything I've seen. I'm a sucker for little eggs, as you'll probably see as we move through this trip, and clusters especially, little individual ones too. And before I get down off of this slope, I need to give you one more good view of it, the canyon and creek. Okay, I'm ready to get out of here for the evening. I'll come back as early as I can in the morning. I got a 3-gallon bag full of material, way better than I expected or I did the last time. I don't even know how long I was out here, probably 45 minutes. And I'll have a beautiful drive back. The rain's clearing up a little bit, so hopefully the roads will dry out a little bit by the time I get out here. And I will see you next time. Okay, so here's some of the material that I got. This location, I think I've mentioned it before, it doesn't produce great material, but there's quite a bit on those hillsides. I do have, like this is a complete double egg. Got a plate with a bunch of little eggs in it there. Picked up a bunch of these really little ones. Some of them will have some common opal or agate in them. Broken double there. So I'm going to go through here and pick some out. Some of them will just be, that one's just going to be junk in the middle. This one's hollow, you can see. I think this one might actually have a little agate in it, maybe. So I'll pick some out, cut them, maybe rough sand them and show them to you wet. Even though this is kind of a junk egg, that's probably just iron staining on there, but that's kind of an interesting rock to me. A little clump of them there. So this is definitely, I think, worth stopping by, as plentiful as the material is, just to pick up some interesting stuff. All right, I'm going to cut a few and I'll be back. So real quickly before I cut these, I wanted to show you the ones I selected. Now, got a clump there, kind of a double, one that's obviously hollow. Gonna try and put a face cut on this thing. Couple little ones. This one's all broken up on one end, but it feels like it's pretty hefty and solid. This one feels hollow, but it's showing some, something decent in there. So just get an idea of what's going on with these things. Egg number one, the biggest one, quite a bit smaller than I usually do on the drop saw, but I think that's how I'm going to cut it. Okay, now I've got a few that are the right size for my little tile saw that I use as a trim saw, because I'm too lazy to set up my actual trim saws. And last but not least, I've got several I'm going to do on the trim saw with oil. Okay, forgive the rain noise, I'm sure you can hear, but it just will not quit, and I want to get this shot. So here I've got some of my Succor Creek Thundereggs. Got some of the real duds over there. Got some of the others here. So just look at some of these. This little one, yeah, not a great egg, but I still find these interesting. I like the way they're kind of in layers. I just really find that to be an interesting rock. I like collecting them. So I haven't put these in the cleaner yet to get all the rest of the kitty litter out of them. Here's one that gets a little more interesting. Got some waterline in there. Some of this waterline really has some character. Here's kind of another dud. That's interesting, that grass out there that just gets in your shoes and your socks and the seeds poke you. This egg's full of the seeds. I think that's a really pretty little piece there. Unfortunately, the top broke off, but I just think that's really pretty. Some of this common opal is no fire, of course, but a little hint of iridescence. This is the one that was a broken half already. I think that is coming out. That white, the different layers, is coming out pretty good. This one was a really interesting one. I love the rhyolite there, how it's got all the different features. So that's a cluster of little eggs. Very neat. So lots of junk eggs at this location, but some kind of cool ones too. Even some of the junk ones like that are kind of cool. Let's hit a little water on that one. And then this one was maybe the best inside. A nice solid common opal core. So that is what I call the campground bed. If you know the actual name of it, right above the campground at Succor Creek, let me know. Okay, hope you enjoyed my first stop at Succor Creek, my first Thunderegg location of that 3-state swing through the Pacific Northwest, 20-something rock hounding spots. And I'll be next Thunderegg Thursday, I will be looking at a different Succor Creek location. So again, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next Thunderegg Thursday.